My name is Aurélie, and I'm working in safeguarding. I'm a consultant in anything linked to integrity in terms of policy, investigations, whistleblowing mechanisms, mostly with the humanitarian and development sectors, either big international organizations or non-governmental organizations, and several health institutions as well. I wasn't ready for formal training, and all the offers that I was seeing at the time, and that was a year ago, didn't seem like they really had content, or either were too technical. I wanted something very practical that I could put in place in my daily work. I'm also a lecturer at university, and I wanted to see how I could use AI in a way that would contribute to my work and not dispossess it of the very human dimension. I didn't really know what I was going into, and I wanted to gain some practical knowledge, and actually gain much more than that. I gained the ability to not be afraid of AI and to be able to test it in a safe manner, to learn how to test it in a safe manner, to test different tools, to test different possibilities in a safe group. And then I kept that going after our sessions. So it was more of a playground, really, where it was safe to try things, while also having the very important discussions about ethics and about the human dimension of it all. And so I had a bit of I guess, curiosity and apprehension, which were very quickly resolved because it was fun and it was safe. I would say every session was a click session for me, in the sense that maybe perhaps the first one would be, the real click, in the sense that I realized that it was okay to try different things. And it was also okay to have people with different backgrounds. In our team, we had people from very different backgrounds, people who had a lot of different life experiences, professional experiences, different expectations also, and that made the whole process very rich. It was safe to play, it was safe to try, it was okay to have different levels of AI knowledge, and I think we all learned from each other. I don't know if I can say it, but I participated in 2 sessions. So the first session, I was really cautious and discovering, and the second session, I had months to play more with AI. Not to say that I'm an expert, but I'm comfortable with making mistakes, and I think that's the biggest thing. One of the biggest things this accelerator has brought me is that it's okay to make mistakes and to try again. And so the second time around, I was more comfortable, and I still learned. I knew more things than some of the participants, which was not the case the first time around. But I still learned different things as well. What I really liked about the champion experience was that it was 2 things. It was being more experienced about how to play with AI, certainly, and maybe how to use it a bit more. But it was also about the technique that you bring, which is not an AI technique, but which is a facilitation technique, where progressively through the sessions, you'll teach us how to work together with different team members who are radically different. And it's not always the case in our professional lives. We usually work with most people who are, doing the same thing or have the same goal. And so that was the 2 learnings: playing with AI and also working with a diverse team, and that was great. Concretely, in different communities, work communities, I work with, and some which I facilitate, and I was able to organize several workshops on AI. While I'm obviously not a technical or AI expert by all means, but I had played with it sufficiently. I had seen what it can do. I had tested it, and so it was easy for me to organize, and I felt confident to organize workshops, even though I was not a technical expert, because it's about daring to try and learning from each other's experiences, and also defining our needs very clearly. For the past 2 years, I've been exposed to several webinars on AI, trainings on AI, and also a lot of discussions in the academic environment where I also work on the ethics of AI, and I'm confronted with students using AI all the time, often not in an ideal way. So what this really brought for me was the ability to see it as it is, a tool, sometimes a team member, and to feel confident using it. So it's really about not being afraid anymore, not being concerned. It would take my job, but just using it in a safe manner. I safely use AI for my different activities, not all of them, but for some of them when I can, in terms of confidentiality. So I'm also very aware of how to use it and when to use it. In the way I lead, I think really the difference was feeling confident about myself, making mistakes, and then giving that leeway to other people in the team to feel confident and to think it's okay to make mistakes and to share it. I think one of the biggest risks, depending on your field of work, but one of the biggest risks, and we see it increasingly, is people are told to use AI in a professional environment, but they're not given the actual tools and thinking of how to do it. And that really represents a risk for the organization and for individuals. My thinking around AI and the use of it really evolved in the sense that I'm confident that I can try things, make mistakes, and that others can as well, as long as we do it together and communicate about it. And that's how we're going to grow together. It's not a threatening tool, it's a useful tool. And it's also just that, a tool. For everyone. I wish some of my students would join the accelerator, and some of my teammates as well. It's very useful. It's very useful to have the mixity of different professions. I think the methodology would also be very useful for people of the same team or same profession, because then they would grow together with their objectives. I would say, go for it. It really changed my life, my professional life. I've learned how to work with it, to talk to different people about it, and to feel comfortable with AI without being an expert. It's an eye-opening opportunity to feel comfortable with AI as a tool and sometimes as a team member.